Now, if you're like me and have been keeping an eye on the Duggar family over the years, you'll know that Jana and Jill Duggar have had their fair share of ups and downs. But recent events have fans buzzing with questions and theories. Is there a reconciliation on the horizon? Or is this just another twist in their complicated relationship? Let's rewind a bit. In mid-August, without any fanfare or public announcement, Jana Duggar tied the knot with Stephen Wissmann. The eldest Duggar daughter, often dubbed the Cinderella of the family, finally had her fairy tale moment. But here's where things get even more interesting. Jill Duggar attended the wedding. This is the same Jill who's been notably distant from some family events due to her strained relationship with certain family members. But before we jump to conclusions, let's delve deeper. Attending a wedding, especially one with around 500 guests, doesn't automatically mean that all fences have been mended. Yet, it's a significant step considering the history between these two sisters. Now, you might be wondering, Julie, what's the big deal about Jana getting married? Well, for longtime followers of the Duggar saga, Jana's love life, or lack thereof, has been a topic of much speculation. At 34, she was often referred to as the oldest unmarried Duggar daughter, a rarity in a family where courtships and marriages happen at lightning speed. But Jana isn't just any Duggar. For years, she's been the pillar holding the household together, often taking on the role of caregiver for her younger siblings. Many believed she stayed single because Jim, Bob, and Michelle relied heavily on her at home. So, her marriage to Stephen is not just a personal milestone, it's a seismic shift in the Duggar family dynamics. What's even more fascinating is how Jana seemed to break away from some of the stringent family rules during her courtship and wedding. There were whispers of an engagement that wasn't publicly announced, a departure from the family's usual practices. Observers even noted that Jana and Stephen appeared unusually comfortable with each other before their wedding day, suggesting they might have had more private interactions than the family's guidelines typically allow. And let's not forget her wedding gown. Sources say it was a stunning piece that didn't exactly align with the ultra-conservative dress code the Duggars are known for. Could this be a sign that Jana is stepping out of the shadow of her family's strict beliefs? This brings us back to Jill. For those who may not know, Jill Duggar has been something of a rebel in the Duggar clan. She and her husband, Derek Dillard, distanced themselves from the family a few years back, citing disagreements over financial control and personal freedoms. Jill has been open about seeking therapy, using birth control, and even wearing clothing that goes against the family's modesty standards. So, could Jana's recent actions be drawing her closer to Jill's way of thinking? It's a tantalizing possibility. Imagine two sisters, once separated by family expectations and personal choices, finding common ground in their quest for individuality. It's the kind of real-life drama that even the best scriptwriters couldn't concoct. Before we get too carried away, there's more to unpack. Recently, Reddit threads have been ablaze with theories about the Duggar sisters. One popular notion is that Jana stayed with the family for as long as she did because of her responsibilities toward her younger siblings and perhaps even due to concerns about their brother, Josh Duggar. Now, we all know Josh's legal troubles have cast a long shadow over the family. With his appeals dwindling and his prison sentence becoming more of a certainty, some believe Jana felt compelled to stick around until things settled. Now that they have, she's free to pursue her own life. Another angle suggests that Jana has been honest all along about waiting for the right person. Maybe she genuinely didn't feel a connection with anyone until Stephen came along. If that's the case, perhaps her relationship with Jill won't change dramatically. After all, if Jana was content within the family structure, she might not fully grasp Jill's reasons for stepping away. Some fans speculate that Jana's marriage could open the door for more open communication between the sisters. Maybe, just maybe, experiencing a bit of freedom herself has given Jana a newfound understanding of Jill's choices. And let's not overlook the rest of the family. There are indications that other siblings might sympathize with Jill more than we realize. Family dynamics are rarely black and white, and the Duggars are no exception. While Jim Bob's influence is strong, individual relationships can often defy overarching family narratives. Speaking of Jim Bob, it's worth noting that some siblings might keep their distance from Jill not out of personal animosity, but to avoid familial conflict. Navigating family politics can be a delicate balancing act, especially in a household as large and public as the Duggars. But here's a curveball for you. What if Jana's marriage isn't just a personal milestone but a catalyst for broader change within the family? Could we see more Duggar siblings stepping out of the mold, making choices that reflect their personal beliefs rather than just the family's doctrines? It's a lot to ponder, and honestly, it makes me appreciate my own family dynamics a bit more. Family is complicated, messy, and sometimes downright bewildering, but it's also filled with moments of growth and understanding. The Duggars have been a staple in reality TV for years, offering viewers a glimpse into a lifestyle that many find both fascinating and controversial. Their strict adherence to fundamentalist beliefs has been both a defining feature and a source of criticism. Jill's departure from the family's strict guidelines was a significant moment, not just for her but for fans who saw it as a courageous step toward personal freedom. If Jana is following a similar path, even in small ways, it could signal a shift in the family's future. But change doesn't happen overnight, and it's rarely smooth. There are bound to be challenges, disagreements, and maybe even more estrangement before things get better. However, moments like Jill attending Jana's wedding offer a glimmer of hope. So, where does that leave us? The relationship between Jana and Jill is still somewhat of a mystery, but recent events suggest that the door to reconciliation isn't entirely closed. Whether it's shared experiences, personal growth, or simply time healing old wounds, there's potential for these sisters to find their way back to each other. And let's be real, family relationships are some of the most complex and emotionally charged connections we have. Add the pressures of public scrutiny and differing life choices, and it's a wonder any family can navigate such turbulent waters. I'm curious, have any of you experienced something similar in your own families? Maybe not on such a public scale, but conflicts that seemed insurmountable yet found resolution in unexpected ways. Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to read them. As we wrap up, let's keep an eye on what the future holds for Jana, Jill, and the rest of the Duggar clan. Whether you're a dedicated fan or just someone fascinated by their story, there's no denying that their lives offer a captivating look into the complexities of family, faith, and personal freedom. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Until next time, stay curious and keep those discussions going.
Bye.